Hi, welcome to What's Up with DJ. Today we're making sweet potatoes. We will be preparing them in both the air fryer and the oven method. Okay, and here are the ingredients that you're going to be needing. We have the canned yams, sweet potatoes. You can use fresh sweet potatoes also and cook them up. We got all these ingredients here, which I will link in the description also. And if you could like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started. Now here are the sweet potatoes. Now these are the ones out of the can, and they have been boiled either in a pan or heated up in the microwave just to get them nice and hot. They're already soft because they are canned, so you don't need to overcook them. And now I'm going to add a stick of butter into this. As I said, you can use canned sweet potatoes or the fresh ones, but if you buy the fresh ones, you're going to buy yams, not sweet potatoes, yams. And then we're just going to get this butter in here. And we're going to just chop it up. You can chop it up before you put it in there. I just didn't. The potatoes were already hot, so they weren't as hot as they were because I was getting some other things prepared, but it starts to melt in there a little bit. And then this is the milk. This is a half a cup of milk. This one was coconut milk, but I do use the pet milk, the canned evaporated milk or coconut milk, just a little bit. And then we're going to get the nutmeg. We're going to put 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. And this is two big cans of potatoes, so it does make quite a bit. Now we're going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon. And these are a really good side dish for Thanksgiving time or any time. But we typically make them around the holidays. But like I said, I wanted them, all times of the year. But it is an easy side dish for the holidays and very good. And then we're just going to take a beater or blend, whipper, and we're just going to, blend that up slightly. We're not going to get it too creamy, and it's okay to leave it a little chunky. That's the way it should be. It shouldn't be really creamy like mashed potatoes. It should be just have a little chunk to it. It doesn't have to be real smooth, but you want to get those potatoes blended in. I had too small of a bowl. Once I put those potatoes in there, I realized that the bowl, I should have got a bigger bowl, but I just made it work because I didn't want to get another bowl. If you find you need a little more liquid, you can put a little more milk, add a little more butter, but always start with 1 stick of butter, depending on the amount of potatoes that you're making. See, it was starting to kind of overflow. I had to be really careful. And then what we're going to do next is just kind of stir them up. Check the consistency, make sure there's not too big any pieces that are too big in there. Like I said, some chunk is fine. Now this is brown sugar, and I put about 1.5 cups of brown sugar. We're going to stir that in. I'll blend it too, but I'm just trying to get it a little incorporated there. Like I said, if your potatoes are hot from either boiling them first or microwaving them, then the sugar is going to start melting in there. And these smell really good when you're mixing them up, but they smell even better when they're cooking in the oven. Your house will smell really good, like, you know, yummy cinnamon, holiday kind of smell, you know, sweet potatoes. So those are just about mixed up good enough there. And then just stir them up a bit. To me, they start to look like refried beans a little bit. I thought, oh, these are refried beans. And then we're going to set those aside. We're going to get the pecans, and these are whole pecans, and I'm going to take a shortcut and put them in a baggie, and then, smash them up a bit to break them up where they're in pieces or, cut up into little pieces. You can put them in a food processor, whatever you want, but I didn't have that many, and I'd rather just do it an easier, faster way. So just put a little bit in the Ziploc. Oh, and by the way, this is about a cup of them. And I'm going to use one of the meat tenderizer mallet kind of hammer things here. And you can just kind of bang them and get them broken up into pieces. But this is about a cup of nuts. If you like a little less nuts, then put less, a half a cup, just depending on the amount of potatoes you're making and what you like. If you don't like pecans, put walnuts. If you don't like any nuts, don't put nuts. My family likes the pecans in there, and I grew up with my grandmother doing it, my mom doing it, so I'm just following the family. And now we're going to dump those in the sweet potatoes and mix them up. But like I said, if you don't like nuts, you don't have to put nuts. It's just your preference. If your potatoes seem a little dry or too stiff, like I said, put a little more butter, put a little more milk, the pet evaporated milk, and or coconut milk. I use coconut milk this day. Take a little taste, see if they're sweet enough. If not, put some more sugar in them, brown sugar. Now, the first batch we're going to put in there is into the air fryer. And this is kind of a double video that will show you two different methods of cooking them. I put them in a little air fryer friendly, perfect size little, pan for the air fryer. And you just want to put them in there. Spread them around. And then even them out on top. And then we're going to get our marshmallows to put on top so that they can get nice and toasty and brown from the air fryer. And there's no wrong way, just cover up the top, put as many as you like or as little as you like, but it makes a nice crunchy toasted marshmallow top on your sweet potatoes. And there's our first ones. Set those aside. Now I'm going to get a glass loaf pan to put the rest in, and this will be the pan that I'm going to put in the oven. You don't have to use glass. You can use any oven-safe pan that would go in the oven. You can put them in. This was just seemed like the perfect size for what I had left. And again, you're just going to even them out, smooth them around. And then again with the marshmallows, you're going to do the same thing. And they'll toast up nice and brown on the top from the oven. Okay, and now we're over to our air fryer, and we're going to get these in the air fryer. And you have the little handle on the pan. You can just stick it right in there. Fits perfect. And you're going to set the air fryer at 350, and we're going to start that at 10 minutes. I did check it, and I did end up only having to cook it about a little over 8 minutes for the consistency that you'll see at the end. Now the batch for the oven is going to go in at 350, and that is going to go in for about 25 to 30 minutes until the top is nice and golden brown and toasty. And here's my sidekick. Anytime in the kitchen, he's got to be nosy and see what he might be able to get. And here are the air fryer ones. They came out. They're nice and toasty and brown on the top. They smell wonderful in the house. It smelled wonderful with the two cooking in the oven and the air fryer. And that little pan is like a little kettle pan. It works perfect for a lot of stuff in your air fryer. And here's some up on a serving plate. Here's the ones that came out of the oven, nice and brown and toasty. There's the two of them. And here they are again on the plate. So good, very good. Look at those melted marshmallows underneath. It's so good. Smells wonderful, tastes wonderful. That's just wonderful, good holiday time, anytime kind of food. Nice and creamy. I made me some fish there with it, tilapia, so I had some fish. But it's good with turkey or any meat. You know, it's a good side dish overall. And there's a thumbs up for it. And I got my sidekick coming up here. He's always got to be around so he can try and get a little sample from me if possible. He's a dog. What dog doesn't want food? So he always waits patiently, and he usually gets a little sample with a little marshmallow there. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.